Hello everybody, how's it going? Today's been a weird day. I don't know I think I got a couple views. I got some views last night. Yeah, I got a comment. Apparently I have one subscriber, which I don't know how to check who that subscriber is, but thank you. That really made me so happy this morning and last night, seeing that I had just some people watching my video. I think I got 20 views on the one about talking about my process, and I don't know, I just think that's pretty cool. Anyways, so today's been an interesting day. I've been writing this paper for one of my classes, and to try and keep it, I guess, kind of short-ish, I was building off of a paper that I was writing about how to be your dialectic self, and what at least what I understand of what dialectic means is like it's basically living or just being in a contradiction. So what that means is that that what you think isn't so black and white. Like, things aren't good or bad. They're both. And when it comes to dialectic self, like, for me, what I wrote in that paper, I wrote a bunch of things in that paper. Maybe I'll make a video about that paper. But what I was just, I guess the wow, words are blanking on me. The goal of the dialectic self is to live in your contradictions. So to feel your emotions, so to speak, even if your logic brain is trying to add a quantity or something to it, to just let things be, let things feel, and to know that it's okay to have both. Like, you can be both angry and like in love, or you can feel emotions and think of ideas that can contradict one another, and that's just fine. That's just you experiencing things. So that was the last paper I wrote. The paper I was writing today was talking about the objectification of just people, and I was writing about how I guess the way I grew up, I thought I was supposed to like the same things that other people liked, because I'm a guy, and like, I guess, value people in the same way that they value people. Like, I always looked outward for examples, and what happened because of that was I wasn't really ever really listening to myself, to my own voice, and I would just follow what other people liked, and I would ignore my own wants and desires, how I feel about people. I guess I just started following and looking for what other people wanted, and that was horrible. It felt really bad, actually. For so many years, it felt so bad. I don't know if anybody relates to that. I just felt like I didn't have a voice, and that I couldn't make a choice by myself. It was really kind of debilitating. That's what I've been writing my paper on today. And I'm saying this so nonchalantly, but I want, like, everybody to understand this, whoever's watching this. That's not a good way of saying it, but I'm 22 years old. I don't know if that's old or young to whoever, or neutral, but I'm only just kind of, I don't want to say understanding, but I'm open to hearing these thoughts now. I'm not denying them. I'm not suppressing them. I'm open to this now. and this took a lot of time. You know, like I've been feeling this or at least I was feeling how I used to feel, feeling that you know, that individualism, not the dialectic self, but the individual, feeling like an individual, like I was isolated, like I was supposed to objectify others and objectify myself, I guess, in the process of doing that, because you can't really objectify another person if you're not really objectifying yourself at the same time too, you know? So I was doing all this like following by example and not really living in my own way, and it really confused me because I wasn't listening to myself. And I mean, what I'm trying to say, I got a little off topic for a second, is that this took me a while. I know I'm speaking about this so nonchalantly, but this was a long process for me to get to this point, to be able to talk about this and even say this to my phone or to whoever's watching this. And I wanted to share something, which this could also be a whole nother video series, but it's a book that I've been reading that my friend recommended to me. Shout out to Darian. It's called Ikigai, and it is a Japanese term that I like to just think of it as, or not what I like to think of it. It's what is your reason for being, and yeah, I'll have to make a whole video on this, but there's this specific part in the book that I just wanted to share because, again, y'all, I know most of you probably don't know me very well, but I'm very much the kind of guy where if it just doesn't, or at least I've trusted my intuition to know that when it doesn't feel right, I don't want it, like I'm not going to do it. But when it does, I should just go for it, even if it makes me nervous. And I've been kind of relying on that more and resting my head and trusting that sort of I don't want to say chaotic, because it's not chaotic. Trusting in the mystery, maybe. I'll say mystery, yeah. Trusting in the mystery of just not really waiting, but continuing to move forward. Trust my senses and my intuition, and then just feel it out, so to speak. I mean, of course, I don't do that all the time, but that's usually what I subscribe to, is that sort of just, I talked about that in the processing video, but I feel like I'm connected to so many different things now, and it's really ironic that I'm reading this this book, because one of the little sections in it, it's called The Basic Principle of Mortia Therapy. I hope I said his name right, or this person's name right. Mortia is a Zen master, and he made this form of therapy based off of his history and understanding of his beliefs and traditions. And he listed off 3 simple, well, they sound simple, but they're not that simple. But what I'm about to read to you are things that I feel like I have done or am doing, and I just wanted to talk about it. So the first thing is to accept your feelings. And he says a quote that if we're trying to get rid of one wave with another, it ends up with an infinite sea. So what that means to me is that all feelings are valid, all of them, even the icky sticky ones, they're all valid. And that when you try, or at least when I try and deny things, when I try and deny my anger or my sadness or grief or my desire, that it just comes back stronger. You know, like it just comes back even more powerful and annoying, which is where the whole dialectic self thing comes in that I was talking about being able to live in that contradiction. To, like, I don't want to be here right now, or I don't want to feel these things right now, but I also need to feel these things right now because this is what my body, soul, whatever you want to call it, is telling me to feel. Not telling me to feel. This is just, it's not telling. Just, this is how it is. It is what it is, basically. It is what it is. This is how I feel right now. Let's just sit with it and accept it, and then let it flow. Let it go. And one of the things that he mentioned at the end, it's another little quote from a Vietnamese monk named, I'm going to mispronounce this, Thich Nhat Hanh. Sorry. But the quote says, "Hello, solitude. How are you doing today? Come sit with me and I will care for you." And I used okay, so small side tangent. But what I got out of that is meditation. Meditation is so important to me in my life. I've realized now. I'm so happy I've realized this now, because really you don't need to sit there and be quiet necessarily. What a meditation is you are allowing you're putting down all of your boundaries, all of the walls that you normally have up, and you're just letting the dam go. You're like removing the wall of the dam, and you're just letting that water flow. And maybe at first, and it did for me, it crashes on you sometimes. You get crushed by the water. But there really is something about, if you can sit there and just listen's not the right word, but just experience it, then you can learn a lot from allowing all of your walls and boundaries and things that you normally keep tucked in, then just let it out. And yeah, it's really quite interesting, really just facing the music. The second point is do what you should be doing. Now, this one I feel like more recently I've started to understand. And he says you should not focus on eliminating the symptoms, because recovery will come on its own. And above all else, we should avoid intellectualizing the situation. Now, what does that mean to me? What that means is kind of building off of accepting your feelings, is to not eliminate the things that you don't like. Like if you're in a friend group or something, and then they say something that kind of upsets you, but they didn't really notice. It's not really about trying to bury those feelings of just you're uncomfortable or you're unhappy. It's maybe about confronting it. And this is kind of built off the intuition thing, but going with your gut. And in a way, I did this today, which was when I was kind of in that funk a little bit as I was writing this paper, because I've just been like, this paper kind of in a way is like my form of processing, just processing what's been going on recently. And my body just, like, I wasn't even like I was thinking about it. Like, I just went on this long walk, really long walk, and I was just kind of talking to myself, like, out loud. I probably sound a little crazy, but I was talking to myself, and I was just confirming to myself that I am okay. Like, I do feel good. Like, yeah, maybe as a mantra, meditation, whatever you want to call it, but just talking and comforting myself and giving space. And by the end of the walk, it was wonderful. Like I felt like I did what I needed to do, and it like totally changed my outlook for the rest of the day, and even to this point right now. And then my intuition and I guess my body told me to go sit in the park and then read this book, and I read this chapter that I'm talking to you about right now. I mean, come on. There's something to say about doing what you should be doing. And it's a weird one to try and understand, because you can't really understand it. There's no really like, here's what you should be doing, and here's how I can describe it to you, and here are the 5 steps of learning what you should do, because it really comes from within you, your intuition, something that cannot really be put into words. But I can try, and I tried. And the last one is discover life's purpose, which is one, like each one of these, I feel like the first one, accepting your feelings, I am starting to do that. I'm no master. I don't think I'll ever will be a master, but I'm open to doing this. Doing what I should be doing is something I'm getting more comfortable with. I'm not saying I'm a master at this either. I don't think I'll be a master at anything, honestly. I'd rather just be a student for life. That's what's way cooler anyways. But this last one, discover your life's purpose, this one, for sure, is something that I don't think will ever be completed. And that's cool, that's fine. And what this one says is, we can't control our emotions, but we can take charge of our actions every day. We do not need to be doing, or what do we need to be doing right now? What action should we be taking? The key to achieving this is having dared to look inside yourself and to find your ikigai, to find your purpose. And it definitely built off the first two. In particular, I think it built off what you should be doing, because what you should be doing, I feel like, is tied a bit to your life's purpose, so to speak. Like, I think a part of my life's purpose, at least right now, from what I understand, is to be making these videos and just talking about what I'm thinking about. There's no really intellectualized reason why. It's just a feeling, and that's a feeling that I hadn't trusted for a while. But I don't think that's the end all be all of my life's purpose. I'll probably discover many purposes throughout my life, or not probably, I will discover many purposes throughout my life. But yeah, this was just a pretty interesting little passage. I could talk about this more maybe if any of you are, I don't know who's gonna watch this, but if any of you are interested, I could definitely talk more about this, because I mean, I have annotated almost every single page that I've read, because that's just the kind of guy I am. I love, I don't know, when a reading is good, I just got to put my marks on it, like I just got to take some notes and got to highlight some stuff. Like, it's just, I don't know, it like gives me joy to be like, oh, this is so good, like what a fire quote, or like, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I went from, I don't know if it was neutral, but I was just like this way, and I went kind of down because I was writing this paper, and it was kind of like really hitting home with a lot of like I'm just like identifying with parts of me that I never identify with. So going down, then I went on this walk, and I started slowly going up, doing the mantras, going a little higher. I don't know if you can see my hand. I'm gonna pretend like you can. Maybe you can. Hold on, I just gotta go back here. And then I like plateaued, and I'm plateauing right now, and then I'm going back down, but not in a bad way. I'm just like, I'm just chilling out, going back to neutral, so to speak. I mean, I feel good, but like, I don't feel like, like super duper happy, but I'm not super super sad. I'm just feeling like neutral and tired. I feel tired. I feel tired too. Yeah, I mean, I think that's it. But I just wanted to say again, thank you to whatever 20 or 20 plus viewers I got on one of my videos. That makes me so happy. And I have 1 subscriber. I don't know how to check. I tried looking it up, and it told me how to do it, and the button wasn't there to see who my subscribers are, which maybe I imagine in time, maybe that button will be unlocked when I have more subscribers. But yeah, Ikigai, accept your feelings, or this is, I guess, the Morita's therapy, but accept your feelings, knowing what you should be doing, and discovering your life's purpose. Good luck. I'm just kidding now. It can be stressful sometimes and uncomfortable, but it is very fulfilling. And yeah, if you all are interested in this book, I can put a link in the description of the audiobook, and I need to find this. So it'll either be there or it won't. But I did find a free PDF online for this book, if you guys like to read or listen or both. So yeah, I'll put that into the description, because if any of you at all resonate even just a little bit with what I'm saying, it's a short read and it's not too difficult. And I mean, if you relate to any of this at all, then you probably it won't even be a chore to read it. That's what I love about really good books, or at least books that I connect with a lot, is that I'm not, it doesn't feel like a chore. Like when I do readings for class, like that feels like a chore sometimes. But when I'm reading books like this one, it's just like, this is just so great. Time just flies by. You're just sitting there, you're nodding your head, you're like, yeah. It's like listening to really good jazz or something, you're just like, fire. I resonate with that, yeah. Yeah, well, thank you all to whoever watches this, either today, tomorrow, or at some point in the future. I hope y'all are doing so well. Happy first day of June as well. My birthday's coming up pretty soon too, which is pretty cool. I'm on the 24th, turning 23. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoy a relaxing Sunday, rest of your Sunday, or whatever day it is. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.